Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the committee. I'm Todd Maisch. I'm President and CEO of the Illinois Chamber of Commerce. Certainly second all of Mark's comments. Very well put together, great statistics, so I encourage you all to consider that very, very carefully. We agree. I will also go ahead and point out two other things, though, I wanted to emphasize so we're not repeating ourselves. The first is think about the impact on entrepreneurs. Many of us have toured 1871. The technology incubator in the city of Chicago that's very unique, has been incredibly successful. Believe me, every single one of those entrepreneurs at 1871 aspires to making a lot of money with a great new innovative product. It doesn't have to be 1871. Across the state of Illinois, we should be encouraging job growth, new job and business creation. This will act as a tremendous disincentive. So the notion that other states, we know that other states have a graduated income tax, but I think Mark made a great point. They also don't have the second highest income property taxes in the nation. They also don't have a business climate that makes them really wonder if the state is stable enough to go ahead and create a business and thrive here in the state of Illinois. So you've got to go ahead and compare the totality of Illinois' reality with these other states, not just simply go ahead and compare the graduated income tax and where it is there or not. I will tell you that the flat tax is a positive for business growth, business stability. Businesses like it. But identifying every economic advantage you have and then eliminating it is a really, really bad approach to economic development. Let me go ahead and point out one other thing, and the sponsor and I had a conversation this morning about it, but I think it's really important to point out that the latest version of this amendment also eliminates the constitutional protection that there will be one and only one tax on income in the state of Illinois. Why is that important? Two reasons. One, frankly, it facilitates additional income taxes by frankly making it a little more politically able to pass. You can go ahead and it's not hard to see that politics and perspective, perception have an impact on reality. So if there's a need for, well, somebody decides there's a need for another income tax increase, I think it's going to look a lot like, well, it's going to be a special assessment for public safety. It's going to be a special tax dedicated to education. And it's going to go under that guise. So just as a practical basis, that is very, very important. But the other thing you've got to realize is that it also allows or opens the door to taxation of certain kinds of income a second or third time. So we know that there are certain Chicago teachers unions that would love to go ahead and tax carried interest. They march in the streets of Chicago. This would open the door to our financial institutions being subjected to perhaps a special tax just on that and facilitated by that lack of protection on a single tax. But also think about it, if you've got ag producers in your district, sometimes large industrial animal farms, not always the most politically popular, but if you care about agriculture in your community, you should be worried about a second tax on agricultural income because it would be politically expedient. So it's a very important point. I think that I'm not trying to help sponsor improve a bill I'm going to be opposed to anyway, but I seem to be doing that, but it's pretty obvious out there, and I think you all need to know that elimination of the single tax on income is very, very impactful.
Thank you, Mr. Maisch. Last, Mr.